Welcome to another edition of the show Flair Fracture, a deep dive into Charlotte's brutal disowning of Ric WOOOOO. Buckle up, wrestling fans, because we're diving into one of the most shocking moments in recent WWE history. Charlotte Flair's brutal disowning of her legendary father, Ric Flair, on Monday Night Raw. This wasn't your typical family drama angle. This was raw emotion, years of frustration bubbling over, and a storyline that redefined Charlotte's character. Please, before we continue, do not forget to like and subscribe. Daddy's little nature girl. Not anymore. For years, Charlotte had been known as the Nature Girl, a moniker directly tied to her father's wrestling persona, the Nature Boy. Ric, a 16-time world champion, loomed large in Charlotte's career. He served as her manager, offering guidance and sometimes meddling that often overshadowed Charlotte's own accomplishments. While the dynamic initially helped establish Charlotte, whispers grew louder. Was she truly the Nature Girl, or simply living in her father's shadow? This question reached a boiling point on the May 23, 2016 episode of Raw. The night the Flair dynasty crumbled after a hard-fought victory against Natalya, the spotlight turned to Charlotte. But instead of celebrating, she unloaded on her father in a scathing promo that left the audience stunned. Gone was the respectful Nature Girl. This was a woman scorned. Charlotte ripped into Ric, accusing him of being an absent father who prioritized his career over his family. Her voice dripping with venom, she uttered the now iconic line, "You are immortal to them, the fans, but to me, you're just dead." The fallout, a complex cocktail of emotions. The crowd, used to cheering for the Flairs, sat in a stunned silence. Ric, visibly hurt, could only stammer a disbelieving "What?" This wasn't just a scripted segment, it felt real. The raw emotion resonated, years of pent-up frustration finally unleashed on a global stage. Was it a work, or something more? While wrestling is scripted entertainment, this angle felt different. Reports suggested a blend of reality and fiction. Charlotte, known for her work ethic and talent, likely harbored genuine frustration at being constantly linked to her father's legacy. Ric, with his well-documented personal struggles, might have understood that frustration. The storyline masterfully blurred the lines, leaving fans questioning, was this Charlotte finally breaking free from her father's shadow, or simply a compelling angle? The aftermath, a new chapter for Charlotte. The disowning propelled Charlotte into a new phase of her career. She shed the Nature Girl moniker, becoming simply the Queen, a dominant force in the women's division. Her in-ring intensity increased, fueled by a desire to prove herself on her own terms. However, the story didn't end there. The complex relationship between Charlotte and Ric continued to simmer, with moments of reconciliation followed by fresh conflict. It became a recurring theme, adding depth to Charlotte's character and keeping fans invested. The disowning was a turning point for both Flairs. Charlotte emerged as a self-made champion, no longer defined by her father's legacy. Ric, forced to confront his past, showed glimpses of vulnerability rarely seen before. This angle transcended wrestling.